You doing?
Good. Hey, everyone. We have Kenny Pickett here. Kenny, welcome to Cleveland. We'll get you started here with Mary Kay. Mary Kay.
Okay, sorry about that, Kenny. Yeah, just wondering, how do you feel about coming over to the other side of this Pittsburgh-Cleveland rivalry, and what kind of an opportunity does this present for you?
Yeah, it's going to be great. The AFC North obviously is very competitive, and playing in it for my first 2 years in the league, I understood that quickly. The games aren't always pretty, but it's a violent, style of football. And I'm excited to get back into it. And I just think it's a great opportunity to go compete again. That's really all you can ask for, and that's what I was told here. Coming in here, having an opportunity to compete again. So I'm very excited for that.
Thank you.
Hey, Kenny, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Okay, next we'll go
No,
to Chris.
sorry, I'm doing fine. Did you have any idea that this was in the works? That had Howie or anybody in the Eagles told you that they were that this potentially could happen?
Yeah, after the season, in exit meetings, I felt like, having those conversations, knew that there was a possibility that I was going to get traded. We felt like, the two games that I got in there, I had some pretty good tape through those two games. I did not know that it could have been Cleveland. Um, that was a little bit of a surprise, based on the teams that they were telling me early on in the process. But I'm extremely happy to be here. I know how much talent's on this team. Having a chance to talk, with the entire coaching staff, I'm very excited to get to work here.
Just a real quick follow up. Just coming from the Steelers and the Eagles, just what were you able to learn from being in those organizations? They're consistently known as, amongst the best in the league. What were you able to learn from those two places?
Yeah, I think number one, that culture goes a really long way, and the team's identity in terms of how hard they play, preparation throughout the week to get ready to go on Sunday. That really holds true, in the NFL level and at all levels of football. So I think that really stuck out, early on in my career, being at those two places and seeing how guys go about their business and play on Sundays.
Hey, thanks.
Okay, next we'll go to Jeff.
Hey, Kenny, welcome to Cleveland. Two questions. Do you expect them to, Russell Wilson is in there today. Do you expect another veteran to be in here with you? And do you view yourself as a starter?
Yeah, I do. I do view myself as a starter. I'm sure they're going to bring in another veteran, and who knows what else. But I'm just excited to be here and compete with whoever. All the quarterback rooms I've been in, each room's been really tight. We all pull for each other, and that's really what it's all about. Getting better together and making the team better. So definitely prepared for whatever situation that may present itself.
And then what did you learn about yourself as a starter in those 2 years in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, being able to handle adversity and finding ways to win. At the end of the day, that's what this league's about, winning. Figuring out how to get the job done at the end of the day, whatever, the team may ask or whatever that day, may hold for you, just find a way to walk out of there, as a winner. So I think, continuing to grow, as a quarterback, as a player, is something I'm going to try and continue to do here, in Cleveland.
Thank you.
Okay, next we'll go to Tony.
Hi, Kenny. I have a question and just a quick follow-up. The question is, why did you ask to be traded from Pittsburgh?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really not going to go too much into that. I feel like that's in the past now. I'm excited to be here. Had a chance to play in Philly after leaving Pittsburgh. But I'm excited to be a Brown now.
Okay, and the follow-up is, how do you feel about Russell Wilson being in the building today?
Yeah, it's fine with me. As long as I have a chance to compete, that's all you can ask for. So having that opportunity is awesome as a player. So I'm looking forward to working with whoever comes in the building.
All right, thank you.
Okay, next we'll go to Scott.
Hey, Kenny, the chance to compete feels a little, I don't know, ambiguous. Like, did you get any more clarity on, did that mean for a starting job? Did they tell you who you might be competing with? Anything like that?
Yeah, a chance to compete to be the starter.
And then is it uneasy at all not knowing if a guy like Russell will be drafted or come in signed, or if they could take a quarterback at number 2?
No, not really. I mean, all you want is an opportunity. It doesn't matter who else is in the room. All you can ask for is an opportunity. Then you got to go handle the rest.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay, next we'll go to Dan.
Hey, Kenny, I've got two for you. First one, going back to your days in Pittsburgh when you were facing the Browns twice a year. Yeah, obviously, Myles Garrett just signed an extension here. What was it like going against him? How happy are you that you aren't going to have to do that as a member of the Browns?
Yeah, extremely happy that I am now on the same team as him and don't have to game plan against him twice a year. But you just have to have a plan for really every play. When you're going against a guy like that. Third downs, that he's going to be on it, and you have to send help his way. That leaves other guys singled up. There's a time clock in your head to get the ball out of your hand. He's an incredible player. Really glad that he's back here and that we'll be teammates.
And then obviously going from, starting in Pittsburgh pretty quickly to having to accept a backup role in a place like Philly. How did you kind of approach that mentally? And, how did you kind of handle that?
Yeah, just looked at it as another year just to prepare and get better as a player, and learn from a great organization, great team, great coaching staff. I think it was, really crucial for me just to see through another lens and be in another system, play with different, teammates. They got great players over there as well. So I think there was a lot of areas to learn and improve.
Thank you.
Okay, we have time for a few more. Next we'll go to Ashley.
Hey, Kenny. So Jerry Jeudy here last year obviously had his breakout season, first 1,000-yard season. Just what have you seen out of him, and how enticing is it as a quarterback to get to throw him the ball some, knowing his skill set?
Yeah, I'm excited about that. We're actually training together down in Florida, and it just kind of worked out that way. Yeah, I was training there before I even got traded to the Browns, and now we'll get a chance to work together down there. But just seeing his route running, his ability to create separation, get open, his ball skills, everything that he can do down the field. He's an incredible player. So throwing the ball to him is a pretty good play. So I think it's a good place to start.
So was this the first time you guys had trained together? Had you met him before or anything like that before this offseason?
No, this was the first time, so it's kind of funny how that worked out for us,
Yeah.
and our favor, and we'll get a chance to spend some time together down there before we head back up here for OTAs.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, next we'll go to Cam.
Hey, Kenny, playing, in Pitt and then Pittsburgh, you kind of familiar with this Midwest area. As a guy who's spent time here, I mean, what have you come to learn about the passion behind this sport, particularly in this zone now that you're about to play for the Cleveland Browns?
Yeah, it's a great environment to play in as a player. Anytime you're in an AFC North divisional game, there's just a bit of a different feel in the stadium. I can't really describe it to you. Just being a player, playing in different games, and then you get in the North and it's divisional game. There's a lot more on the line. The fans really do care. They're really passionate about the teams and want to see their teams do well. So as a player, it's an honor to play, in a stadium like that. And, I take a lot of pride in it and, work hard to be the best I can to go out there, and perform.
Thanks, Cam. Next we'll go to Joe.
Hey, Kenny, just wondering, during the draft process, did you have any meetings with Kevin Stefanski or Andrew Berry? And just what'd you think about it then and just coming into the building now?
Yeah, I did. I had a chance to meet with them in Indy, actually, with Kevin, and kind of going through his system was very similar to, the offense that I ran at the University of Pittsburgh, with Coach Mark Whipple. He actually, worked here in Cleveland during his time in the league too, before he was, in the college level. So, having a chance to work with Coach Whip and learn from him 3 years at Pitt, in an NFL system really prepared me for the NFL and understanding the terminology, the concepts that, a lot of teams do run. So there's, a lot of crossover there. I think that'll really help me, speed that process up here, learning this system.
And then just how much familiarity too with the division is it an advantage coming back? Just, I mean, not only with Pittsburgh, but with Baltimore and Cincinnati too.
I think it's definitely a big advantage. Just understanding the style of play when you're playing in December and January, what those games kind of look like. It usually comes down to one possession, at the end of the game. Teams that protect the ball usually have a really good chance to win those games. So I have a good understanding of how those games go, over the course of the year and this season and towards the end of the year where it's really important. So I definitely want to use that, experience to my advantage.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, and then last one, we'll go back to Mary Kay.
Yeah, Kenny, I'm just wondering, with the Browns having the #2 overall pick in this draft coming up, and them really taking a serious look at either Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders, who will, if one of those guys gets drafted at #2, they're probably going to start as rookies, or at least give whoever a real run for their money as rookies. So just wondering, what is your mindset knowing that there's a very good chance that they could take this quarterback at #2?
Yeah, I think my job's simple. I just go play quarterback. That there's people that go make those decisions. And I have no say in it. I really love my job, and I wouldn't trade my job. So I like to go out there, throw the football, compete. Like I said before, whatever happens, happens. And I'm just excited to be here and go play.
Thank you.
You got it. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Kenny.
Yep. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
And we'll have Joe here shortly, guys. I'll let you know.